welcome back to the channel, and we are gonna continue our hero breakdown series. And this time, we are gonna talk about a couple of legendary heroes that we get early on in the game. And for that, let's start with Jaden. Arguably, the first few legendary heroes that you get is gonna be Jaden. If you are a spender, you might get Cynthia or Catherine before him, but he will be one of the first few. Again, we are gonna continue the breakdown in our usual fashion, where we are gonna talk about the skills and the sequence in which we should build them to get them battle ready, and then the good talent tree that you can have for them, and possible pairs you can pair them with, and how good are they in arena or on the field. Again, since we are gonna be talking about legendary heroes now, and if you see any video from now on that is for legendary hero, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer right now. What I'm gonna talk about is gonna be for early game, and I will mention how useful they will be in the later game. So based on that, I'll give my personal recommendation on whether the hero is a good investment or not, because of the very fact that you do need the fragments to upgrade the skills, and those fragments are not very easy to get if you are low spender or free to play, and obviously the stars to level them up. Now with that, let's start with Jaden. Now Jaden, his first skill is pretty good. If he get him to level 5, you get direct damage of 8,000. In the early game, pretty good. Um, Obviously, if you put him as an assistant, the damage factor reduced to half, so he is kind of locked into the leader position. So if you're running him, run him as a leader, and at the same time reduces defense of the attacked squad by 25% for 3 seconds. Now this is also good. Reduce, it's kind of like a debuff on your enemy that you are attacking, since it's a single target damage. 25% defense debuff for 3 seconds is good amount, considering say a 10-second skill cycle. If the rage generation is decent, we can get it down to 8, 7, 8 or 9, but every around, on an average, let's say you get it down to 8 seconds somehow, and every 3 seconds, out of those 8 seconds, 3 seconds the enemy has a debuff, and then you repeat that debuff. Pretty good. Second skill is increase damage dealt to zombies by up to 25%, and when attacking a zombie, 10% chance to heal lightly wounded squad. Now this is only for while attacking zombie. This heal factor does not come into play at all in PvP. If I'm upgrading the skill, this might be the last skill I upgrade. Now, when using basic attacks, there is a 20% chance to reduce skill damage taken by up to 25% for 3 seconds. Now this is actually not that bad. Like basic attack is when you start a fight, like any attack that's happening while you are building up rage is basic attack or counter attack. Now if you have a 20% chance that for 3 seconds you're gonna take 25% less skill damage. Now if by any chance the enemy squad skill damage happen to fall in this 3-second window, you straight away cut out a fourth of that damage. So say other squad also has a Jaden in it, and he's attacking you. This particular 3-second window is up and his skill damage goes off. You will get 6,000 instead of 8,000 as a damage. Pretty convenient. So it's decent. Um, Last is increase squad attack and defense by up to 12%. Combine is kind of 24%. No troop type. You can run any troop type with Jaden. He's a leader type hero. So I haven't seen any leader type hero that is locked down to any troop type. I'll see if I can find one. But most likely, so far as I can remember on top of my head, no leader type hero has a specific troop type. So 12% is not bad early game, is okay. Now Awakened. Awakened, you get a damage factor from 8000 to 9600, which is decent amount of jump, almost 20% jump. And the debuff on defense of the enemy squad is 30% now. Not that bad. Now, yeah, so these are his skills. So to get him combat ready, since he's gonna be a leader type, you go with skill 1. I would go with skill 4, then 3, then 2, or 1, 3, 4, 2. 2 is gonna be the last. You can switch between 3 and 4 based on what you are gonna be using him for. I kinda like defense and attack straight stats, and yeah, so it's 20% chance. So it's still a chance, and this 3 second window has to fall in that time frame when the enemy squad is gonna release their skill. If it does not, so it might not come in effect. Yeah, okay, 20% chance to reduce skill damage taken for 3 seconds. Yeah. Now, so that's about the skills. Let's see what strategy guys says. 1, 4, 3, 2. Oh, kind of what I was going for. 1, 4, 3, 2. Cool. Now talent tree. I am currently, he is at level 30, so I have quite a bit of points to go. I always get this first. If there's a zombie hunting, I'm gonna use him for zombie hunting for the most part. That's why I get this first, because I know any say legendary hero you're gonna be building up, you really need to see the long-term use of that hero. Unlike epic hero, you are gonna be using legendary heroes for pretty much like later in the game. You would want to have ideally all 5 matches with legendary heroes as lead and assistant. So total 10 legendary heroes all awakened, ideally. But getting to that level, either you have to spend a lot of money, or if you're free to play, it's gonna take a long time. So be very careful who you invest your relics in. When I say relics, basically both stars and the fragments. Now for talent tree, I'm gonna eventually use him for zombie hunting, and also I'll later on get the rage over here and rage over here. Maybe, what is this? Leading 3 or more troop types. I might get this or this. Either of those two. So rally capacity 1%. Rally capacity progressively up to 4% if I'm not wrong, but I don't see myself running any rallies with him unless it's an Antpeed rally early on in the game. Later on you'll have more options. So yeah, so I would say, is this screen stuck? Oh no. Okay, so I would say zombies tree, get this part, the top row. I think I'm gonna remove it. I forgot why I chose that. Yeah, maybe it's zombie skill. Anyway, so I'll go to, if you're gonna be running rallies, go this route and charisma and get joint attack. If you just want to get his rage building quicker, go this route and get extra defense. Do get this rage, because his rage generation is very slow. The more rage you get, the better it is. So that's about his talent tree. And next would be who would be possibly pair him with. You can pair him with practically anybody, because he's a leader type, not tied to any troop type, so pretty much can run any troop. So good pair with him is would be one. Whenever there is a legendary hero, I try to pair them with a epic hero, because early on in the game you should always be running legendary hero as a lead and epic as a assistant. That way, if you are a free to play player, that is, if you're a spender, you can run however way you want. Like, I have Catherine and Cynthia as a pair. Both of them are legendary, but I kind of like that pair. They work well together. But that is basically the only legendary pair I run. Now with Jaden, you can run him with I would say Akemi as assistant. Liam, I think early on he's a separate lead to another squad, and Charlie can be an assistant because he generate rage, and if you're in a PvP kind of a situation or group combat, he can get the rage build for Jaden to get off his 8,000 or 9,600 damage out. So that could be another option. Or I would not do this, because Jaden anyways melt fast, and you want the debuff to be there. So yeah, pretty much I would say Akemi is a good option and Charlie is a good option if you're not running him with Liam. And other than that, you can run him with anybody. Just early on in the game, we have very few options. Go with anybody you are developing at the point. Now, next come to arena or field. Where is he most useful in? I would say in arena, I haven't seen too much use out of him. It's just in early on in the game when there are not too many heroes that you can get good damage factor out. 8,000 is pretty decent, so people do run him early on in the game in arena as a damage dealing unit. So you can run him as a damage dealer and try to keep him out of harm's way, so he can do most damage as he can. And on the field, the same thing. He's gonna get his rage build with Charlie and get as much damage as you can. If you're running him with Charlie, run him with infantry, so Charlie's buff can apply. With Akemi, pretty much again, she's not tied down to any troop type, so you can run any troop type with them at that point. So yeah, that would be field. Now, where to get his relics from? I think that should be another thing I should talk for all heroes. Jaden's all his relics. First of all, you cannot use your universal fragments for him, so you only get Jaden specific fragments from Memory Trip and Memory Trip store. Let me go there. I haven't went there today. So this is Memory Trip, and collect this. I'm at 77 right now. I do need to get all 3 stars for some of them. Anyways, so get there and go to the store. Get his fragments. I think I'm gonna finish it today. I do need the legendary badge. This is something you should always get. Now, back to him. So that's where you get his fragments, and I think you do get Jaden specific stars as well. The badges, yes, you do. Jaden's badge, you do get it throughout the memory trip. So, and you're gonna be keep collecting them. I think on my main account I do have him not awakened yet, and that account is pretty old. Just because I later on in the game he's not gonna be that useful because you'll have so many options. He's not. I think up to mid game he's okay. Early game he's good. Mid game he becomes okay. Late game not. You're not gonna be using him. You will rarely see anybody using him. So that is about Jaden. And if you have any questions, do let me know in comments, and I will do my best to answer. Or if you have any comments regarding anything I said about Jaden that you did not like, do let me know. Because these are just my opinion. I would love to know yours, and maybe I might have, overlooked something that you might have picked up on. So it's good to learn from each other. Alright, with that, let's wrap up this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.